بلندتر صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح ورأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. صدق الله العلي العظيم. انسان کو بیدار تو ہو لینے دو، انسان کو بیدار تو ہو لینے دو، ہر قوم بگاڑے گی ہمارے ہیں حسین.
اعوذ باللہ من الشیطان الرجیم بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. والعصر ان الانسان لفی خسر الا الذین آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق اللہ العظیم. قتل حسین اصل میں مکہ یزید ہے، اسلام زدہ ہوتا ہے ہر قبیلہ کی بات.
ہمارے دیگر بلندتر صلوات اللہم صلی علی محمد وآل محمد.
ذکر غم حسین سے محفل سجی رہی، ذکر غم حسین سے محفل سجی رہے. اکبر کے بعد زیست میں کیا دل کشی رہی، اکبر کے بعد زیست میں کیا دل کشی رہی. لیلا تمام عمر یہی سوچتی رہی، ذکر غم حسین سے محفل سجی رہی. عباس لینے آئے جو میدان کی رضا، اکبر عباس لینے آئے جو میدان کی رضا، زینب بس اپنے بازوؤں کو دیکھتی رہی، زینب بس اپنے بازوؤں کو دیکھتی رہی، ذکر غم حسین سے محفل سجی رہی. گل ہو گیا چراغ مگر روشنی رہی. صلوات محمد.
محمد و آل محمد صلوات.
محمد و آل محمد.
دیگر صلوات.
اللہم صلی علی محمد و آل محمد.
اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے، اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے. ناز ہر دو جہاں شیخ لشکر میں ہیں، سارے شیر جیاں شیخ لشکر میں ہیں. کتنی آرو کما شیخ لشکر میں ہیں، اور کیسے کیسے جوان شیخ لشکر میں ہیں. اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے. کیوں ہے جان کو جس نے وارا نہیں، کون ہے جو کہ آنکھوں کا تارا نہیں، کون ہے جو شہیدی کو پیارا نہیں، اور کس نے گھوڑے سے گر کر پکارا نہیں. اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے. کس نے زخم دل سے کہا پر نہیں، کس نے سینے کو چھلی بنایا نہیں، کس کے لاش کو شے نے اٹھایا نہیں. ہاتھ لیکن بہن نے بتایا نہیں. اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے. کس نے شے سے بلاؤں کو ٹالا نہیں، خود کو دشمن کی فوجوں میں ڈالا نہیں. اور کون ہے جو کہ گھر کا اجالا نہیں، اور کون ہے جس کو زینب نے پالا نہیں. اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے. اس جوان کی مگر بات ہی اور ہے. اور محمد و آل محمد صلوات.
Before I request Maulana Sahab, there are only two messages. Number one is the future program for all the majalis is mentioned on the board. So who all want to sponsor and contribute in the program of majalis can give the donations and the contributions to the management. Number one. Number two, this center is basically run by your contributions, by your donations, the rent, the electricity bill, the water bill, everything. So every dollar counts. So I request all of you and your relatives and your friends to tell them to contribute and have this center give you more better services in the future. Now I request Maulana Hijjatul Islam Maulana Beg for the majlis. نعرہ تکبیر،
اللہ اکبر،
نعرہ تکبیر،
اللہ اکبر،
نعرہ رسالت،
Ya Rasulallah. Ya Rasulallah. Ya Ali. Ya Ali. Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad.
For the Shuhada of Islam and the Marhumin of this gathering, please recite a Surah Fatiha. حسبنا الله ونعم الوكيل نعم المولى ونعم النصير أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما بقية الله الأعظم روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. If I can ask the brothers to move up a little bit so that the people who are coming from behind can join the gathering. Allahumma salli ala
Muhammad.
The discussion we had been having for the last 9 days is regarding Imam Hussein, and specifically who and what is Imam Hussein and what does he mean to us. When we want to express Imam Hussein to the world, what do we say? It shouldn't be anything different than what we believe in. It shouldn't be anything different than what he actually means to us and what he has done to us. But a lot of times what does happen is that what Imam Hussein actually is and what he has done to us is what is not expressed by us. We say things that really are the most inconsequential facts about his life. How much does the fact that Imam Hussein is the third Imam affecting your life? Imam Hussein is the third Imam. How much of that is affecting your life? You know that he's the third Imam. That really made my life different now. So this fact is truly inconsequential. It's irrelevant to what? To us in our life. Or for example, that he is the grandson of the Prophet. It's a fact. But tell me, how much of this fact is truly something that you gain something out of in your life? I want you to see this. Is it really that effective, influential in your life that it has changed your life, given you a new idea of life? And you know what? Yes, he's a grandson of the Prophet. That has rejuvenated me. Is that something that's real? No. So then why is it that whenever someone asks us who is Hussein, these are the first facts we mention? When truly, when we look at what Imam Hussein has given us, is so much that we can't even begin thanking him. So tell me, what is it? I mean, why is it that's the case that when we look at Imam Hussein, what he actually is and what he actually has done for us is something that we don't mention? What is it that's there? Sometimes I give this idea to myself, and maybe it's true. And it's true that whenever you see that you're in love, it's something that has to do with love. If ever you have been in love in your life with someone or something, doesn't matter. People fall in love with different things. It doesn't have to be a human being. It could be an idea they fall in love with. Right? It could be something that they have that they fall in love with. Anything it could be. But if you ever have fallen in love, you will see that this relationship you have with your beloved, this relationship you have with your beloved is something that you want to keep hidden. Because announcing it, saying it, actually cheapens it. And the reason is because when you're in love, and when you're actually in love, it's very difficult to tell people who are not in love. It's a reality of life. If someone who's in love, if a lover expresses himself in front of others, they don't respect his love. They don't appreciate his love. They think he's crazy. They think that this whole thing that, he's nuts, and really they have no respect for it. So then why a lover should bring it out in the open and cheapen something that's valuable for him? It is really the case. And this idea is something that we fight from inside of ourselves. Do I mention it? Why are you going crazy? Why are you doing things that crazy people do? Why are you doing things that look insane on the outward? You spend all this money and effort and all of these things to go in the name of what? In the name of love for Hussein. Millions of people go to Karbala. And you know what? They walk for 3 days. They walk for 3 days, maybe more. A lot of them a lot more than that. They go these huge distances. They have blisters in their feet. They have cramps in their legs. They're limping for days afterwards because of pain. They go through all of this. Is this wajib? Is this an obligation? Did Allah ask you to do this? You see, how are you going to explain it? When people go for a Hajj, then it's easily explainable. It's wajib on me. I have to do it. Allah asked me to do it, so I'm doing it. Otherwise, if Allah didn't ask me to do it, God knows I won't be here. I'm not going to be here. But you know what? Karbala is a different scene. Arba'in is a different scenario. What about this? It's not wajib. It's nothing. Why are you doing it? Because I love him. You see, there is something that's happening there. Why? What's going on here? It's difficult for us to say it. Because a lot of things that are valuable to us, when you're in love, you'll see things that are related to your love are valuable to you. Others might not understand it. I don't want to show it to other people. I don't want to share it with other people. Why? Because you know what? They might not understand me. They might not understand Hussein, and they might laugh at this beautiful relationship I have with Hussein, and I don't want to put this out there like that. This is a reality that we face. But you know what? Here's another thing that you have to worry about. Yes, that emotion might be there inside of us, and it's true for us. That's why we don't express everything regarding Hussein. And it's not right also to say everything that what Hussein actually means to us or means to me, myself, because if I put it out there, then you know what? Even the own Shias are going to look at me and say, you know, you have lost your faith. You have become Nusayri. And all of a sudden you're like, what was that all about? You know, but I thought that you are a Shia. Why are you accusing me of that? Why are you saying me of that? Sometimes we need to see that we don't express everything we know about. That's why it is said, for example, I'm telling you, even the best companions, the greatest faithful people of faith, they used to hide themselves, did not express themselves, and would not say to even the closest companions what they would think about Ahlul Bayt or Imam Ali. They wouldn't say that. It is said that if, you know, between Salman and Abu Dhar, both of them at the height of faith, is only a 1 degree difference in terms of faith. If Salman is at, let's say, 99, Abu Dhar is at 98. You know, and we are at 3. You know, maybe negative, but I'm giving us the benefit of the doubt, right? So I'm saying that we're way down there. They're way up there. And obviously you would think that they're smarter, they're wiser, which they are. And amongst themselves we have this saying from the Prophet, from Imam Ali, that says that if Abu Dhar knew what was in the heart of Salman, he would be so baffled by it that he would call him a kafir. He said, you're a kafir. You don't believe in Tawheed. What was Salman thinking about Imam Ali? What was his view of Imam Ali? That even Abu Dhar wouldn't understand that. Even Abu Dhar would have a hard time in understanding that. What was it? What is it that he's believing in? I'm sure Salman did not mention it. Rasulullah is saying, if he knew what's in the heart of Salman, if he knew that, meaning that he doesn't know it. The fact is that there's a lot of things that Salman hasn't said to Abu Dhar. And sometimes this is the fear that we have. Not everything that we should say, because what it does is that it makes people think who don't know better, who have a less awareness or less knowledge, who do not understand what Allah is or Tawheed is, they think that we are trying to make another God. Yes, people of lesser knowledge do that. Like, for example, Shaitan. Shaitan did that. You know, he was upset at the angels. How dare you bow before Adam? He is not God. Only Allah is God. You think that Adam is God? No, he's not. How can you make sajda to Adam? How can you prostrate before a non-divine being? Adam is not divine. He is just a statue. And you bow down your head, prostrated before him. Shame on you. And then he's all proud that, you know, he made Allah proud. This is a test from Allah that, you know, don't bow before anyone else except for me. But then when Allah, you know, he looked at the whole situation, he says, you Shaitan, you there, you know, you are the bad one, get out of here. He said, but Allah, you know, I bowed only to you, never to anyone else. You haven't understood me then. You haven't understood me. You think that just by bowing to Adam, he's going to become God? Is that how stupid you are? That's the idea. When we, for example, praise Ali, or when we say the reality of Ali or Hussein, people think that we're making another God. Why? Because your idea of God is stupid, and you think that we are going to now make another God. How can you make a God? How can you make Allah? Allah is the one who made all of us. And this is the problem that we have. That if Allah has made someone so great, if He has given someone so much power, so much beauty, so much amazing character, that when we actually start looking at them and looking at their reality, then others who don't know that well might think that you are doing kufr or shirk. This is a reality that we have to face. I can't say everything openly. I can't speak of my faith openly. Sometimes it's wrong. And that's why whenever we have to speak, even when we have to speak about the reality of Ahlul Bayt, it has to be with those proofs that Allah has given us and through what Allah has given us. So that at least, the people, for example, they can't say anything about it. So let me just go forward from here and the next step that we want to go to. Say the salawats. So what are Ahlul Bayt to us? What is Imam Hussain to us? He is our wali. Wali means that he is our protection. Like I mentioned yesterday, like the stars protect the skies from every shaitan that comes and wants to assault and attack the skies, Allah has kept Ahlul Bayt as stars in the sky and stars in this ummah, that whenever shaitan wants to come and destroy the believers, it is Ahlul Bayt that protect you. So what is Imam Hussain to us? He is our protection from shaitan. He is a protection. And hence, whenever we look at him and us, we see that, as long as he's there, he's going to protect us. Shaitan can, yes, he's smart also. He might make you fall down 1-2 times. He might make you pull you back 1-2 times. But at the end, what happens? Imam Hussain is going to eventually grab you and he's going to make you come out of that mud that you're stuck in. Wherever it is in your life, whenever it is in your life, he's going to come there and he's going to pull you out. You might be thinking that, wow, shaitan has me like this, but don't worry. When Hussain is there, Allah is saying Hussain is there to protect you. And as long as Hussain is in your heart, Ahlul Bayt are in your heart, they're not going to let you drown. Just know that about yourselves. If you know that about yourselves, then no matter what sin you have done, no matter what wrong you have done, no matter how bad you have become, you are not being let go of. Someone is there and who's pulling you and he's saying, we are not going to let go of you. I gave the examples of how Ahlul Bayt dealt with criminals, dealt with people who are their enemies. I gave you those examples. And that is how Ahlul Bayt, that is how Imam Hussain is with his enemies. Then imagine how he is with his friends, with those who love him. Just keep that in mind as we go forward. Send us salawats. This ayat in Surah Baqarah. Surah Baqarah, it says that فَلَوْلَا فَضْلُ اللَّهِ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَتُهُ لَكُنْتُمْ مِنَ الْخَاسِرِينَ. If it wasn't for Allah's grace and His mercy, then you would have been destroyed. You would have been amongst the losers. Losers in this sense, destroyed. People who are hellbound, going to hell, away from Allah's mercy, finished. Two things are saving you. It is the fadl of Allah and it is the mercy of Allah. Two things Allah is saying is saving you. Saving your hide from hell. If it wasn't for these things, you would be completely destroyed. Meaning all of us. Truly all of us are going to be destroyed. Because if you look at us and if you leave us without any sort of guidance, any sort of help, any sort of Allah's mercy, the way we lead our life and the way that we are heading is on a destruction course. It's like that's it. There's no end for us, and it's all going to be finished. That's how we are going in our life. The only thing that's saving us, Allah is saying in the Quran. And that's why when I read this, and when you read this, what is it? It's true. Allah is saying it's true. The only thing that's saving from the hellfire is two things. My mercy and my grace. Rahmat and Fadl. Now, what is the meaning of these two words? What is the meaning of Rahmat? What is the meaning of Fadl? Look at these two things. Now, you can go everywhere and ask. I'm saying this today, but you know what? The next alim who comes here, ask him. What's the meaning of Fadl? What's the meaning of Rahmat? Ask him. No problem. And that too, I'm saying that, there are much better ulama who can explain this, right, in a better way. What is the meaning of Rahmat and Fadl? You know what Rahmat means. We take it all the time in the meaning. Mercy is a kind of love. It's a kind of love. Fadl is something that is superfluous to what you deserve. More than what you deserve. That's the meaning of Fadl. For example, if I hired you to work for the day and I'll pay you $100. If I gave you $100, then this is called adl. You work one day, I gave you $100. This is called adl. I did justice with you. But let's say for example, I gave you, instead of 100, I gave you $50, and you worked the whole day. This is called dhulm. He says, hey, you owe me 100, but you actually paid me 50. So what happened? Dhulm. Let's say if I paid you 150. I owed you 100, but I paid you 150. This is called Fadl. In other words, someone who gets more than what he deserves. It's called Fadl. Okay, but that's what it means, right? But really, when Allah says that, if it wasn't for my Rahmat and for my Fadl, you would have been destroyed. All of you are destroyed. All of you are going to go to hell. Subhanallah. Now, what is the meaning of it? Now, I just defined it for you. I'm not looking for a definition. I'm like, Allah, okay, your Fadl and your Rahmat, where can I find it? Where do I need to look? Who do I need to ask? So I started asking. I started asking ulama. And everyone had an answer, that they thought that it is right. We looked at all the tafasir and the explanations of the Quran. Many explanations of the Quran we explained in and asked about it and all these things. So what happened is that when we looked at that, we had, well, you know what? They're just giving a vague ideas. Mercy is a kind of love of Allah. Fadl is kind of, bro, listen, Allah is saying these two things are going to protect me, and they are the ones that's going to keep me safe and safe from the hellfire. So I need to know exactly where they are. I need to find it. I need to find it, because Allah is saying that in the Quran. If it wasn't for these two things, you are going to go to hell. Subhanallah. I can't be happy with a vague, ambiguous answer that I don't know. And when you look at all the tafsir, all the great tafsir, you'll see strange answers coming, vague answers coming. And you look at that and say, wait a minute, there has to be something more than that. Who should I ask? Who should we ask when it comes to Quran? This is something we need to ask every Muslim. Hey, when it comes to Quran, who should we ask? When it comes to knowing what the Quran says, who should we ask? Oh, good. Scholars. That's what we get. We asked all the scholars and they're all confused. Who should we go to ask when it comes to the Quran? Ahlul Bayt. That's the only place where you actually get definitive answers. What is Allah saying here? Everyone will say, Allahu Alam, but maybe it means this. I don't need to know that. I need to know exactly what it is. My life and my hereafter is in jeopardy here. I need a definite answer. The only place you get that is Ahlul Bayt. The only place you can go to get the actual meaning of what Allah wants to tell you is where is the Prophet and Imam Ali. You have to go there. That's the only place that we go. When we want to know the Quran, we go to Ahlul Bayt. We go there, my friends. This is something that has to be told to all the Muslims. Listen, when you have a problem with the Quran or you don't understand the meaning of the Quran, where do you go to? Ibn Abbas? No, because that's where they go. Most Sunnis, you'll see that. To them, he is the master scholar of the Quran. Master scholar of the Quran. A student of Imam Ali. He's a master scholar of the Quran. Most of the explanation of the Quran that they have in their tafsir is from him, Ibn Abbas. And he was a student of Imam Ali. A cousin also, and a student of Imam Ali. Everything he learned is from Imam Ali. He used to go and just ask Imam Ali. So why not just go to Imam Ali himself? Why not just go to himself? It's very easy, my friends. Let's just go to Ahlul Bayt. Allah speaks of them in the Quran. Let me read these verses for you so that it becomes easy for us. It says that, let's say, if we don't get a definite answer, then you know what happens? It's a vague. The whole of Quran is vague. It's ambiguous. For example, Allah says, Inna salat tanha anil fahsha'i wal munkar. Prayer stops you from evil, from haram, from sins. Okay, if that is the case, then why is it most of the people who are praying sin? Why is it that most of the people, Allah, who are praying are sinning? You look at it, all the people around them, you will see that all these people, are doing wrong. They're not staying away from evil. What's going on here? And you will see those examples everywhere. 2nd of Muharram, the commander of Yazid's army and Imam Hussein, in a meeting, and Imam Hussein tells to the commander of Yazid's army, you go, it's time for prayer, you go and lead your people in prayer, and let me go and have prayer with my people. And the commander is like, all right, very good. You make your prayers and we'll make our prayers. He went to make his prayer. They prayed there. They bow down their heads and say, Allahu Akbar, Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Ashhadu anna Muhammadan Rasulullah. They prayed. With the complete intention that we are going to arrest the grandson of the Prophet and give him to a son of a fornicator. Ibn al-Da'i is what Imam Hussein called Ibn Ziyad, the son of his woman who fornicates. His mother was like that. He's known by his mother. He has no father. No one knows his father. Ubaidullah, And so what happened, Imam Hussein used to call that, you are going to give this person, his grandson of the Prophet, make him hostage and give him over to this person. And you are willing to pray. And you are going and praying. They had their jamaat with all the mustahabat and nawafil. They read the du'as afterwards also. This is the du'as. So really, how is that prayer helping them? What's going on with that? If you look at on the afternoon of Ashura, what happened? They took a long time to actually cut the head of Imam Hussein. They took a long time. And a lot of the people in the army are upset. They are like livid. hurry up already. The time for prayer is going away. Our prayer will become qada. I mean, really, imagine that. Our prayer is going to become qada. Kill him already. What kind of prayer is this? You're making your prayer. How is that prayer helping him? My friends, when Imam Hussein said, go and make your prayer, he knows that this looks like prayer, it sounds like prayer, but it is not prayer. Because if it was prayer, it would be stopping you from doing this sin and this evil. Words are not enough, my friends. Definite answers are what we need. Real answers is what we need. Not something that's a vague idea. It's vagueness that makes all of us weak in our faith. You need actual answers, and that's what we want. And the only place to get that is Ahlul Bayt. Salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Send one more salawats. So my friends, just look at this verses of the Quran. I will read it for you. And then from here we can look at this. When we have Hussein in our heart, what happens is that when we pray, then those prayers become meaningful. What the light of Hussein does, and what the light of Ahlul Bayt does, is that it makes those prayers real. When we have the light of Hussein in our heart, then our character reflects that light. Our akhlaq reflects that light. Our faith reflects that light. Our standing up for right is because of this light that's within us. It is a container for the love of Hussein. And this is what makes the difference here. Let me read this ayat for you. We are talking about, Allah says that if it wasn't for my mercy and my grace, you would all go to hell. So we want to find out the meaning of this, right? So let's look at this, and I want to give this meaning to you, because first we need to know that the answer is from Ahlul Bayt. First we need to know that. So let me just say a little bit about that. From these ayats that I will read for you, he says, فَلَا أُقْسِمُ بِمَوْقِعِ النُّجُومِ. He says, I swear by the stars. Allah is saying, I swear by the stars. وَإِنَّهُ لَقَسَمٌ لَوْ تَعْلَمُونَ عَظِيمٌ. He says, and this oath that I'm taking on the stars, it is a great oath. You know, see, whenever Allah takes an oath on something, it's important. Something important. You know, this is you can say, the principle of taking an oath. You know, like for example, if I want to take an oath on something and I say, I swear, you know. So you swear by something that's important, not by something that's irrelevant. You know, for example, you say that I swear by your head, I swear by your life, right? You don't say I swear by your toenails, you know. What was that? You know? Meaning what I'm going to say is irrelevant. That's why I'm saying this. No, whenever you want to give importance and swear by something, it has to be important. And then whenever Allah swears, it has to be something relevant, something significant, something really important. And then Allah is saying that I swear by the stars. And then He is saying that this swearing that I'm doing, this oath that I took, is a very important oath. He Himself is saying this. It is an azim oath. It is an important oath that I'm taking on the stars. He says, what do you have? Innahu la Qur'anun Kareem. This stars, this is the Quran. I swear that this is the Quran, right? That this is the honored Quran. La yamassahu illa al-mutahhirun. No one would come near it. No one can come near it. No one can understand it. No one can comprehend it except for those who have been purified. Except for those who have been purified. No one understands it. No one can go close to it. So who has been purified? Who has been cleansed? Look at it. This is for everyone. We want to know the Quran. Allah is saying this is the Quran and no one is going to come close to it except those who are mutahharun, those who are purified. And who are purified? Allah speaks of that in the Quran. إِنَّمَا يُرِيدُ اللَّهُ لِيُذْهِبَ عَنْكُمُ الرِّجْسَ أَهْلَ الْبَيْتِ وَيُطَهِّرَكُمْ تَطْهِيرًا. Allah is saying, Ahlul Bayt, you are purified. And on the other place, He's saying only purified can understand the Quran. So it means that when we want to know the Quran, we have to go to Ahlul Bayt. Otherwise, every place you go, you have a vague, ambiguous answer that's not going to build your faith, it's going to create more questions and doubts in your mind. The only place that Quran is going to bring confidence in you is when Ahlul Bayt are there and they give you confidence because they will give you a definite answer, not a vague answer. So now, what is this rahmat? What is this fadl? When we go to Ahlul Bayt, they answered that the rahmat of Allah is Rasulullah. And the fadl of Allah is Amir al-Mu'mineen. Rasulullah is the mercy of Allah. And the fadl of Allah is Imam Ali. In other words, let me read this ayat again and translate it the way that Ahlul Bayt have taught us. That if it wasn't for Rasulullah and if it wasn't for Imam Ali, all of you are going to go to hell. If it wasn't for them, it is because of them that they're going. And if Rasul goes, then Allah has given her Fatima. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. We have given you Fatima. And then Allah speaks about it in Surah Rahman. He says, Maraj al-Bahraini yaltaqiyan. He has made the two seas come together. He has made the two seas come together and they come and meet together. The two seas, one being Ali and the other being Fatima. بَيْنَهُمَا بَرْزَخٌ لَا يَبْغِيَانِ. Between them is a barrier and they cannot pass it. These two are going to come together. These two are going to come together. And then what happens? You know, then Allah says, فَبِأَيِّ آلَاءِ رَبِّكُمَا تُكَذِّبَانِ يَخْرُجُ مِنْهُمَا لُؤْلُؤُ وَالْمَرْجَانِ. And from these two seas, when they come together, two things will be taken out from there. Two things will come from there. Lu'lu'u and marjan. Lu'lu'u is Hasan Mushtaba. Marjan is Imam Hussein. Lu'lu'u wal marjan. This lu'lu'u, this pearl that's coming out, these pearls that are coming out, both of them pearls that are coming out, these are going to be the source of every guidance that is needed by you. Marjan is the tree. And that tree that's going to give out its fruits. And those fruits is what we are getting today. My friends, Imam Hussein and Ahlul Bayt, they are the reason that we are being protected. And Allah says that if these are gone from us, if Ahlul Bayt is gone from us, then there is no protection. There is no protection. That umbrella is what we need. Really, we need this umbrella. And this is a need that we have. When I say who's Hussein, Hussein is the reason that I'm saved. Hussein is the reason that I have life. Hussein is the reason that I'm going to go to heaven. Hussein is everything for me. And when a person understands that, then you see that everything in his life must have to do with Imam Hussein. This is the requirement of love. If a person has fallen in love, he would know this. He would know this. Hussein has that issue. You know, Rasulullah was dear to everyone before him. It all came down to Rasulullah. But Imam Hussein, just like Rasulullah was everything to those before him, Imam Hussein was everything for Rasulullah. He was like that. Rasulullah went out of his way to make sure that Hussein, let me serve you. A lot of people say that, you don't know, like Rasulullah was trying to get Imam Hussein ready. In a lot of these things that we see in history, the explanation that I heard, from some ulama that, that Rasulullah was trying to train Imam Hussein to get ready for Karbala. And when I look at what Rasulullah is doing, it doesn't seem that he's trying to make Imam Hussein ready. It seems that he's trying to serve Imam Hussein. He's there, he's trying to serve Imam Hussein. He says, let me be of service to you, Hussein, so that I can be amongst those people who served you. It's amazing like that. I went to this time when I went for Hajj, and other time I also take the group there, that there's a place there where Rasulullah used to make his Eid prayers in Medina. It's different than Masjid al-Rasul. The Eid prayers would be in a different location. That was the Eid prayer, the place of the Eid prayer of Rasulullah. If ever you go to Medina, you go there and visit there. It's a mosque, a little bit outside, not too far away, because Medina in those days was small. So Rasulullah, in order to make the Eid prayer, would go to this place. This is also the place where he used to make the prayer for rain. He would bring the women and children out there, and then he would make the prayer for rain at that place. So you go there in that place. Now it is, for example, a distance. It's not a huge distance. You can see, right now you can see the masjid of the Prophet from this masjid. You can see it. So I would say it's like, for example, 500 yards, half a kilometer walk. Not that much, a little bit less than that. That's how far it is. So now when I went there, now the reason it's important, right, that I'm mentioning this to you, this place, is the place that Rasulullah used to come walking. Because before, what usually was understood by me and others who I've been around is that when Rasulullah used to make his Eid prayer, he would go to the house of Fatima and he would get Imam Hussein from there. And he would go and make his Eid prayer. We thought that, he would go to Masjid al-Rasul. Masjid al-Rasul is how far from the house of Bibi Fatima? It's right there. So actually that wasn't the place. It was actually this Eidgah, or the place of the Eid prayer, this masjid. So what happened is that when you look at this, it's a far distance. And it is said that on the day of Eid, Rasulullah went to the house of Fatima and said, let me take Hussein with me. And Imam Hussein came with Rasulullah. The hadith that we all know about, that he came with Rasulullah. And he told Rasulullah that, that all these children who are going for the Eid prayer, right, they are going on a horse. They have a ride. Where's my horse? Where's my horse? So Rasulullah didn't have a horse. So he put Imam Hussein on his shoulder. Put him on his shoulder. And he says, now I'll be your horse. Do you like this horse? Imam Hussein says, yes, I like this horse. Then Imam Hussein said, every horse has reins. Where are my reins? So Rasulullah, he took the locks of his hair and gave it to Imam Hussein and said, here you go. This is your reins. You go like this. So he gave him his reins, and Imam Hussein now had it. And then he said to Rasulullah that every horse makes noise when it goes. It neighs. Why is my horse not neighing? And Rasulullah started acting like a horse. And he would make sounds of a horse. He says that every horse is trotting. Why is my horse not trotting? And Rasulullah will now start to jump. And he would trot now. And he would be doing that until he comes to this masjid where the Eid prayer is going to be. Remember, it's a few hundred yards away. So for a few hundred yards, he's carrying Imam Hussein all the way to the Eid prayer. And then it said that Imam Hussein would tell Rasulullah, I want to go back home. And Rasulullah turned around and went back. Went back that distance. And then Imam Hussein said, now I want to go back. And he would keep on doing this. Going back and forth. Going back and forth. Until Rasulullah was so tired. So exhausted. That Bibi Fatima looked at Rasulullah. He was panting for breath. He had such a hard time. He was panting for breath. He was breathless. She looked at Rasulullah and said, Hussein, why are you doing this to your grandfather? Why are you doing this to your grandfather? Get off him. Why are you doing this? Don't you see that he's tired? And when Fatima talked to Hussein like that, Rasulullah right away said, Fatima, do not say anything to Hussein. Don't say anything to Hussein, because one day Hussein is going to do the same thing for me. And what he's going to do is going to be a lot difficult. It's going to be a lot more difficult what Hussein is going to do. You know, Rasulullah is just going back and forth to the masjid. Hussein, he's saying, is going to go back and forth to the battlefield, carrying every shaheed that falls on the ground. You know, Imam Hussein is nearly 60 years old. He's 60 years old. And for a 60-year-old man to be carrying these soldiers back while you're thirsty and haven't had water for 3 days is not an easy task. Imam Hussein in that sun and in the battlefield and in the raging battlefield goes to every shaheed that falls and brings him back to the tent that he has made. Now, what is he thinking and how he's doing that? Only Allah knows this. But Rasulullah understands this and says, you know, let me serve Hussein today. Let me serve you today. You know, one trip that Hussein made, one trip that he has made to the battlefield was very difficult for Imam Hussein. It was so hard for Imam Hussein that everyone felt his pain. Everyone felt his pain. Let me tell you about that trip. You know where it started? It started when his son, Ali Akbar, he came to his aunt, Zainab. He came to his aunt, Zainab, and he would come to her in all different difficult circumstances. Whenever he felt something that he needed, it was hard for him to face his father. He would be shy from his father. He loved his father very much. But it was Zainab who raised him. Zainab took care of him. He was raised in her house. It was a deal that Hussein had made with Zainab. Zainab did not have children for a long time. She had children late. When Ali Akbar was born, Zainab had asked Hussein, let me raise this son. Let me raise this son in my house as my son. Hussein said, yes, go ahead. Raise him for me. And Ali Akbar was raised with Zainab. It is said that Ali Akbar, every time he would need something, would always be with Zainab, and Zainab would fulfill every wish that Ali Akbar had. Everything that Ali Akbar needed was fulfilled by Zainab. So Ali Akbar was used to asking Bibi Zainab for everything. Whenever he needed something, he would go to her. Every time he felt sad, he would go to her. Every time he felt that there's a great need for him, he would go to her. She would solve his problems. It was such a thing that Imam Hussein used to joke with his sister and said, "What have you done to my son? He never asked me for anything. As a father, I want to do something for him also. But he never asked me for anything." This is how close he was, Ali Akbar was, to Bibi Zainab. So on that day of Ashura, Ali Akbar came to Bibi Zainab. He came there to Zainab and said, "I have a request for you, please. I cannot make myself ask my father to give me permission to go to the battlefield. It's hard for me. Can you ask him for me? Can you put in a word for me so that he allows me to go, that he tells me to go? It's only right that I should go." Right? He's the first one. First one from Bani Hashim. First one from the family of Imam Hussein who wants to go to the battlefield. He comes to Bibi Zainab and says, "Yes, you may go. Let me say." So Bibi Zainab, she gets up to take Ali Akbar, it is said, to Imam Hussein. Now, it's not that far away. Imam Hussein's tent is very close to Bibi Zainab's tent. It's not a big deal. She gets up, Ali Akbar is walking. As soon as the ladies see that Akbar is walking with Bibi Zainab, they know what it's meant for. They know what this is. All the girls, all the ladies, all her aunts, all the sisters, the wives of the companions, everyone, that when they see, because you know what, the wives of the companions have lost the companions. Everyone's wives that are there, they have lost everything. They have given everything for Imam Hussein. Now they're barren. They have no husband. They have no children. Before Ahlul Bayt, they became barren. They had nothing to give. So when they saw Ali Akbar stand up and go, when they saw him go, it is said in this way, it is said that Ali Akbar, as he was starting to walk, he says, "Ishtama'atin nisa hawlahu kal halaka," that the ladies came around Ali Akbar as a circle. They made a circle around Ali Akbar. They made a circle around Ali Akbar. And all of them were making their case. Really, they did not want Ali Akbar to go anywhere. They says, "Irham ghurbatana Akbar." Akbar, have mercy on our poverty. Akbar, have mercy on our poverty. What that means is that Akbar, if we could give anything for you to make you stop, we would do that. We gave our husbands, we gave our children everything. We don't want you to come. وَلَا تَسْتَعْجِلْ إِلَى الْقِتَالِ. Don't hasten to the battlefield, Ali Akbar. Don't hurry up. Please slow down, don't go. فَإِنَّهُ لَيْسَ لَنَا طَاقَةٌ فِي فِرَاقِكَ. We do not have the strength to bear separation from you. We cannot bear the separation from you. How can we live without you? You were the reason, Hussein's son, the picture of Rasulullah. You are the one that we used to say, Ali Akbar should not be hurt. We are going to give our family. Everyone came around. And when Hussein saw the circle around Ali Akbar, when he saw the circle around all these women, they would not let Ali Akbar go out. Ali Akbar cannot go out. He's trying to see, where can I leave this circle from? They have surrounded me. He cannot leave there. He wants to go, but he cannot leave there. When Hussein saw this scene of the ladies desperate to save Ali Akbar like that, it is said, تَغَيَّرَ حَالَ الْحُسَيْنِ. Hussein's whole face changed. Hussein's face changed. He became pale. He looked at this. He just changed as if Hussein was going to die right now. As if Hussein is dying right now. That's how it looked like, that Hussein is dying, that Ali Akbar wants to go. And these ladies are around them. Hussein sees that. So now Hussein comes and says, let him go, let him go. Let him go. And Ali Akbar, when they came, Hussein knows he is going to allow him to go. Hussein looks at him and says, Ali Akbar, it is your turn to ride. It is your turn to ride and go to the battlefield. Akbar knows this. Hussein knows this. Hussein did not hesitate to send Ali Akbar. Every other shaheed, every other child, Imam Hussein took his own sweet time. But with Ali Akbar, he did not take any time. He did not make any excuse or say anything to him to delay his going. He says, Ali Akbar, start riding. Ali Akbar got on the horse. He got on the horse and he started to trot first. He didn't gallop right away. He started to trot towards the army. He was ready. He started to trot towards the army. As he was going, he saw something from the back of his head, something that was moving behind him. Something that was moving behind him. He looked back and he saw that Imam Hussein is following him. He saw that Imam Hussein is following him. Ali Akbar looked back and says, Father, what happened? I thought you let me go. You allowed me to go. What happened? Why are you following me? Hussein just looked at Ali Akbar and said something that came from deep within his heart. He says, Akbar, you don't know what it means to let go of a son like you. You don't know what it means to let go of a son like you. Then Hussein stopped there. He got his force and his energy from Allah. Just raised his hands to Allah and says, Allah be a witness. Allah be a witness that I'm sending to the battlefield someone who in every way, in his face, in his structure, in his manners, in every way is the replica of your messenger. Of Rasulullah. He is going to the battlefield. And Ali Akbar then goes to the battlefield. Ali Akbar is the son of Imam Hassan, the grandson of Ali. This, every youngster in the family of Imam Hussein is a courageous warrior. They're not afraid to die. They know how to fight and they are smart and they know how to take on their enemies. Ali Akbar is just like that. When he went to the battlefield, some people tried to come there and face him. Ali Akbar disposed of them right away. With not even a hard word, he just disposed of them. Everyone who would come forward, Ali Akbar would dispose of them. In fact, they would come forward in 2s and 3s to fight Ali Akbar. But he was so quick and he was so good that he would just make them go to hell right away. Right away, he would cut them up. It would be finished. And everyone, when they saw that Ali Akbar is so strong, they knew that they don't want to fight him now. No one wanted to fight Ali Akbar. He now wants to go. He sees that no one is coming forward to fight him. So he starts attacking the army. When he attacks the army moves back. They move back and they go away. He goes this way. And then he becomes dejected at them. He looks at them. He says, these are cowards. They don't even want to fight. They're cowards. They don't even want to fight. So he turns around and he comes back towards the camp. He comes back towards the camp. Now, it is not the way of Ahlul Bayt or any courageous warrior that when he goes to the battlefield to come back to the camp. It's the wrong way. So Imam Hussein, as he sees Ali Akbar, he goes right away to meet him and says, what happened, my son? Why are you like this? Why did you come back here? Ali Akbar says to his father, I want to fight them, but they don't want to fight. They're all running away from me. I thought I was going to face people at least who want to fight, but these are cowards. These are cowards. My father, if I had a little drink of water, if I had some water, it would give me the energy, just enough energy so I can attack them. I can defend myself. I can send them to hell. But you know, I cannot attack them because 3 days of thirst. The thirst is killing me. And friends, it was so heartbreaking for Hussein that Ali Akbar has come here and asked for water, asked for something, and he wasn't able to give it to Ali Akbar. I told you, right, that every time in his whole life, Ali Akbar, whenever he needed something, he went to Zainab. He never asked it from Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein waited his whole life for Ali Akbar to ask him for something. And the first time Ali Akbar asked Imam Hussein for anything was on Ashura. And the thing that he asked Imam Hussein is something that Imam Hussein cannot give. Hussein's heart is broken. Oh, how much he wants to give to Ali Akbar something. How much he wants to give him some water. But he cannot do anything. So what Imam Hussein does is tells Ali Akbar that come close to me, Ali Akbar. Come close to me. He brought him closer. He brought him closer. And then he says, listen, I will stick out my tongue. You come close to me and just suck my tongue and take whatever moisture there is in my tongue, take it, Ali Akbar. This might help you. Imam Hussein brings Ali Akbar close, his face closer. Sticks out his tongue. Ali Akbar comes close to him, looks at the tongue of Imam Hussein. Looks at the tongue of Imam Hussein and backs off with a shriek. He says, what happened, Ali Akbar? Ali Akbar says, Father, you are thirstier than I am. You have thorns on your tongue. There are thorns in your tongue. You know, all the while, maybe I said this before, but I just want you to imagine what Hussein's heart is saying right now. How hard was it for Hussein at this moment? You know, because all this time, Hussein, he was never able to show his love for Ali Akbar. Could not show his love for Ali Akbar, not because he didn't, he couldn't, but because of the fact that every time Imam Hussein wanted to show love to his son, wanted to embrace him, wanted to kiss him, or do anything like that, he saw that Qasim is looking. Qasim is an orphan. There are other orphans also. They're looking up and they're looking at Hussein and they're thinking that Hussein is going to kiss his son and they would wish that their father was here also. Imam Hussein never wanted, he did not get a chance in all this journey that they came to Karbala, did not get a chance to come close to Ali Akbar so that he can kiss him and show his fatherly love to Ali Akbar. You know, the only place that he found to do that is at this point because no one was watching. He was close to the battlefield. Ali Akbar was there. Imam Hussein came forward to meet him. Everyone was behind. Imam Hussein took this time. He said, come close, Ali Akbar. As Ali Akbar came closer to suck his tongue, Imam Hussein saw the chance. He grabbed Ali Akbar, started to kiss him in his face. Imam Hussein told Ali Akbar that, Ali Akbar, now you will get your drink from your grandfather Rasulullah. He's going to give it to you and he is going to have that glass for you. You will see this. And he sent him back. When Ali Akbar went back to the battlefield, he went back to the battlefield and started to fight again. And this time the fight was going on. They said, we are going to get Ali Akbar down and we are going to do it in a way that this is going to happen. So what they did is that they, again, came from different sides so that he is busy with one side that they will go to the other side. As Ali Akbar was defending the person in front and he was fighting in from the front, You know, a coward's way to come is always from the back. A coward fights from the backside of someone. He doesn't come from the front. When the coward wants to kill, he always kills from the back. And that's why when Ali Akbar was fighting someone on the horse, he was fighting there. At first, he didn't notice the spear that went inside the back of his spine. He didn't notice the spear that went through his back. And when he sees that spear went through his back, he was busy fighting. The spear went through his back, did not notice it. He saw that he wasn't able to breathe. What's the reason of him not breathing? He saw that there's something stuck behind him. It was a spear. The way you use a spear is you put it through and then you pull it. The person pushed it through Ali Akbar's back. And when it came out in the front, he now was pulling it. Ali Akbar saw that he's being pulled off the horse. He's being pulled off the horse. He grabs the reins of the horse, not to get pulled off. The person loses his grip on the spear. Ali Akbar then comes on the horse. He sees he's not able to breathe. As he's not able to breathe, he's gulping for air. Could not find air. And in that moment of heat and thirst that he was in, he fell unconscious on the horse. He was holding on to the horse and the reins tightly so he doesn't fall. As he was now injured, he falls unconscious on the horse. He doesn't fall off the horse. He is on the horse. And this horse, when it sees that its rider is now unconscious, is unable to ride him, instead of going back to the tent of Imam Hussein, the horse then trots to the army of Yazid. They all are looking at Ali Akbar to see what's going on. His head is on the head of the horse. He is not moving. They all realize that he's unconscious, that he is not dead, but he's unconscious. He cannot defend himself. They all come there and they started to cut him, and they all started to come around him, make a circle. This is the second circle that was made around Ali Akbar. The swords are going up and down. Hussein looks from the battlefield. He is looking in the battlefield what's going on. He sees dirt rising up somewhere, and all he sees is 200 swords going up and down, up and down, up and down. Hussein looks at that, and all he hears is Abati Salamu Alayni. He says, Father, my salam be on you. Hussein rides. He rides to the battlefield, doesn't know where to go. Says, Aina, Aina, Ali Akbar, Aina, Aina. Where are you, my Ali Akbar? Ali Akbar can't give the voice. When Hussein comes to Ali Akbar, he sees him on the ground. He sees him on the ground. He looks at Ali Akbar. He comes close to Ali Akbar. He says, what happened, my son? What happened? What happened, my son? Ali Akbar can't say anything. He just looks up to his father. He sees that he's cut from so many places. Ali Akbar is cut from so many places in his body. Hussein just looks at his body. His whole face is cut up. His head is cut up. Everywhere you see, there are wounds everywhere. He looks at the face of Ali Akbar and says, what have they done to the picture of Rasulullah? What have they done to you, my son? What have they done to you? And then he sees Ali Akbar is unable to talk. He says, son, why can't you talk? Why can't you say anything? And then he sees his hands. Ali Akbar's hand is on his chest. He says, what are you hiding there, my son? What are you hiding there? Let me see what you're hiding there. He takes his hand off and he sees the broken spear that is in the chest. It's stuck in the chest. Hussein looks at that. Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Is that what it is? Let me help you with that. It will be all over, Ali Akbar. Let me help you with that. Hussein knows what this means. Once he takes it off, there is no more Ali Akbar. But what can Hussein do? Ali Akbar is suffering. He's just looking up at his father. He says, just stay there. Hussein now, he tries to take it off. It's very difficult because it's stuck inside the bone. He's taking it off like that. As he pulls it,
As he pulls it, Ali Akbar starts kicking the dirt. His feet start kicking the dirt. Wincing in pain, he kicks the dirt. Hussein holds his heart harder than the spear, pulls it out. Inna lillahi wa inna
سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. ماتم حسین.
Ya Hussein, 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 Ya Hussein.
لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں حسین. دل کی قوت دکھا رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں. دل کی راہوں میں آنسوؤں کے چراغ. دل کی راہوں میں آنسوؤں کے چراغ کر لو روشن کہ آ رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں. جاؤ خیمے میں جاؤ اے زینب. جاؤ خیمے میں جاؤ اے زینب. لاش اکبر کی لا رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں حسین. لڑکھڑاتے ہیں انبیاء کے قدم. لڑکھڑاتے ہیں انبیاء کے قدم. جس جگہ مسکرا رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں حسین. دو صدا ہو کہاں علی اکبر. دو صدا ہو کہاں علی اکبر. ٹھوکریں رن میں کھا رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے. آہ کرتے ہیں بیٹھ جاتے ہیں. آہ کرتے ہیں بیٹھ جاتے ہیں. کس کا لاشا اٹھا رہے ہیں حسین. لاش اکبر اٹھا رہے ہیں حسین. چن کے قاسم کی لاش کے ٹکڑے. چن کے قاسم کی لاش کے ٹکڑے اپنے دامن ملا رہے ہیں حسین. یا حسین 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 یا میرے شیر والا اکبر اکبر میرے شیر والا اکبر میرے شیر والا زخم دل کی دکھاؤں میں کیسے زخم دل کی دکھاؤں میں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر اکبر میرے والا اکبر اکبر میرا شیر اکبر میرے شیر والا لاش اکبر پہ شاہ جب پہنچے لاش اکبر پہ شاہ جب پہنچے دل کے ہاتھوں سے تھام کر بولے آگ دل کی بجھاؤں میں کیسے آگ دل کی بجھاؤں میں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر میرا شیر والا تو ہے کڑیل جوان ہے بیٹا تو ہے کڑیل جوان ہے بیٹا باپ تیرا ضعیف ہے کتنا لے کے خیموں میں جاؤں میں کیسے لے کے خیموں میں جاؤں میں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر میرا شیر والا بھائی بہنوں کا ہے عجب رشتہ بھائی بہنوں کا ہے عجب رشتہ جس کا ثانی کہیں نہیں ملتا مر گیا تو بتاؤں میں کیسے مر گیا تو بتاؤں میں تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر میرا شیر والا لطف جینے میں اب کہاں اکبر لطف جینے میں کہاں اکبر دل سے اٹھتی ہے یہ فغاں اکبر تیری صورت بھلاؤں میں کیسے تیری صورت بھلاؤں میں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر میرا شیر ضبط غم کی محال ہے بیٹا ضبط غم کی محال ہے بیٹا دیکھوں کیسے زخم سینے کا اس پہ مرہم لگاؤں میں کیسے اس پہ مرہم لگاؤں میں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا سینے والا اکبر میرے سینے والا لاش اکبر پہ شاہ جب پہنچے لاش پہ شاہ جب دل کے ہاتھوں سے تھام کر بولے آگ دل کی بجھاؤں میں کیسے آگ دل کی بجھاؤں میں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر میرا شیر والا تو ہے کڑیل جوان ہے بیٹا تو ہے کڑیل جوان ہے بیٹا تیرا باپا ضعیف ہے کتنا لے کے خیموں میں جاؤں میں کیسے لے کے خیموں میں جاؤں کیسے تیرا لاشا اٹھاؤں میں کیسے اکبر میرا شیر والا اکبر میرا شیر والا Ya Hussein, Ya Hussein, Ya